In this presentation, I had planned to discuss method to calculate entropy of an ideal gas, which is described using three macroscopic parameter, that is capital N, total number of molecules, capital V, that is volume of a container in which this gas is kept, and capital E, that is total energy which is shared among capital N number of molecules. In order to understand the things which has been described in this lecture by me, that is Dr. P.K. Misra, one should know about some of the basic facts about statistical mechanics, that is ergodic hypothesis, ensemble, phase space, macroscopic and macroscopic parameters, and some of the elementary thing which is related to this terminology. So, ideal gas, which is defined using three parameter, capital N, capital V and capital E, has certain number of microstate at any temperature T, or at any instant, say T, small t, that is time, any instant of time T, small t, it has certain number of microstates. These microstates are distributed in some space, say we are talking in terms of say phase space. Each point is denoted by two index, that is q and a p. Q generalized coordinate and a p generalized momentum. I you can use for different degree of freedom. So, these molecules which are labeled using index I and qi and pi are the coordinate. So, I we have one I small I index which runs from 1 to 3n for position coordinate, as well as 1 to 3n for momentum coordinate. So, we are in say 3n dimensional space where we have 3n position coordinate and 3n momentum coordinate. These points are these phase points in 3n position coordinate, 3n momentum coordinate taken together represents a single point, that is phase point or representative point of the microstate which is distributed in 3-dimensional space. So, we would like to calculate all possible microstates using idea of a 3n dimensional space, 3 capital N dimensional space, where single point represents position as well as momentum of capital N number of molecules at any instant. So, using that idea, we continue with the volume in an n dimensional space, where volume can be written using capital V n, which is function of r, that is radius of a sphere. So, V n of r, that is equal to pi power n by 2 divided by n by 2 factorial and r power n. Here n is small, which represents dimensionality, and V of n is volume in n dimensional space. So, so volume in n dimensional space is known to us. So, this expression we can directly use for a 3n dimensional space to calculate number of microstates which is in a which is admissible for set of molecules which share capital value of energy, which shares total value of energy, that is capital E. So, capital E, that has 3 index nx, ny and nz, that we can obtain assuming idea of particle in a box. Your box has volume V and the dimension of the box is L. L cross L is a volume of this box. So, you can write using see we are familiar with the particle in a box problem, that where you solve Schrodinger equation of motion for calculating eigenstate and eigenvalue, eigenstate corresponding to energy, in terms of energy eigenvalue. So, energy eigenvalue that is known to us, you see in Schrodinger equation we solve Schrodinger equation to determine eigenvalue and eigenfunction. So, energy state is there. So, energy eigenvalue that you can write like this. So, h square upon 8 ml of square nx of square plus ny of square plus nz of square. So, these nx, ny, nz are the quantum number in 3-dimensional space. That these quantum numbers can take integer value running from 1 to some value. So, a problem of non-relativistic particle and its energy eigenstate energy eigenstate energy eigenvalue is known to us from Schrodinger equation of motion. So, in this equation number 2, we can write this sum over possible quantum states in this fashion: ni of square summed over all possible of values of I, that is equal to 8 m v power 2 by 3, v power 2 by 3 because L is v power 1 by 3. So, from equation 2 you are reaching to equation number 3, where you can write sum over ni of index for all possible value of I in this fashion: 8 m v power 2 by 3 h of square, it is multiplied with capital E. So, this parameter E which is multiplied with the constant coefficient for a given box of dimension L or say volume capital V. So, this term turn out to be constant, or P factor is constant, which is multiplied with energy. So, reduced value of energy E star is there. So, for E star we would like to calculate number of possible microstates. So, this number of microstate we can calculate using idea of volume, that is for n dimensional space. So, you can see that this sum over ni of square from equation number 3, it depends upon E of square, that is reduced value of energy. Here ni of square we have taken, which is function of E. So, ni is a function of square root E, that is ni of square is square of the radius of the sphere that you have considered. So, for radius of sphere in terms of energy is square root E of star. This volume we can write following equation number 1 in this fashion. So, sigma n, which is function of E star, that is equal to 1 by 2 power 3 n, pi power 3 n by 2, 3 n by 2 E of star E star power 3 n by 2, that is equation number 4. So, 1 by 2 power 3 n we have taken to consider only positive quadrant of your 3n dimensional space. We are calculating volume in 3n dimensional space. So, we have considered only positive quadrant because we have quantum number, that is positive 1. E star we have this value known to us. This E star we can substitute in equation number 4, and we can take log of equation number 4. So, that we may have log of sigma n of sigma n, capital sigma n, that is function of E star, is nothing but number of microstates in 3n dimensional space. So, log of it will give you entropy, that is we are familiar with log of number of microstates multiplied with Boltzmann constant k is nothing but entropy. This relation we have derived in our earlier class. So, we get log of capital sigma n, which is function of E star, that is reduced value of energy, it is equal to ln, that is log of 1 by 2 power 3 n, pi power 3 n by 2 divided by 3 n by 2 factorial E multiplied with 8 m v power 2 by 3 upon h of square, and in the curly bracket all to them taken together power 3 n by 2, that is equation number 6 we have. So, we can apply Stirling formula in equation number 6. See, Stirling formula we are familiar with, where log of small n factorial, that is equal to n log small n log small n minus small n, where n is astronomically large number. Remember, small n here, that should be comparable to say 10 power 23 or so. So, that this Stirling formula is valid for small n, that is a astronomically large number. So this equation, equation number 5 we can apply in equation number 6 to get equation number 7. Okay. This equation number 7, see, we have 1 power 2, 1 by 2 power 3n. Here we have 2 power 3n by 2, 2 power 3n by 2. This you are getting from, say, this relation here, factorial is there, no? Expanding that according to Stirling formula. So here you have, so you are applying here Stirling formula. So you are getting Stirling formula in this expression 3n by 2 factorial as well as 8 power 3n by 2. So taken together, the 8 power 3n by 2 and 3n by 2 factorial log of it, sorry. So we are writing 8 power 3n by 2 only, not 3n by 2 factorial. We are writing only 8 power 3n by 2 in terms of power of 2. So it is nothing but 2 power 9n by 2. Here we have 1 by 2 power 3n. In equation number 7 we are talking about. We are talking about equation number 7. So 2 power 3n by 2 power 9n by 2 and 1 upon 2 power 3n by 2 taken together according to this box is 2 power 3n by 2. So we have taken here 2 power 3n by 2, one term. Then we have m power 3n by 2. Similarly, v power n we have, that we can write as v power n we can write as v power n only, let us say. H power 3 we can write as h power 3 power n. So we can take v power n and h power 3n together and we can write v upon h cube power n. And the remaining term we have 2 pi m of e, that is power 3n by 2 upon 3n by 2 factorial, that is equation number 8. So this equation can be, this equation number 8 can be further rewritten as n log capital B upon h cube plus log 2m capital E taken in a small bracket power 3n by 2 minus 3n by 2 log of 3n by 2 plus 3n by 2. It is from Stirling formula. Equation number 9 we have now. So now we can further rewrite this equation for entropy, that is equation number 10, and some in the end we have entropy, that is capital S, that is equal to you see in the equation number 6 to 10 we have not written p factor k. So it is not entropy, it is basically log of total number of microstate, that is sigma power sigma n of E star, that is E star we have written in a small bracket. So taking multiplying this log with k, we can have entropy that we can write in as equation number 11, where entropy is k n log b upon h cube multiplied with 4 pi m capital E upon 3n plus 3 by 2 n k, that is equation number 11. So we have entropy of an ideal gas which is kept in a container having volume capital V, total number of molecules is capital N, and total energy is capital E. So this is equation number 11. From this equation it appears that H is function of capital N, entropy S is function of capital N, but B is appearing in the logarithm. So it gives us idea that there is something wrong with this equation. So we would like to justify that whether this entropy, relation of entropy is valid or not. So we are familiar with the fact that entropy is an extrinsic parameter. Remember, entropy is an extrinsic parameter. So it should be function of size of system. So if you increase size of the system V times, so its entropy should also, see, this is the size of system capital V. If you are increasing its volume twice of the initial value, entropy should also increase to twice of the initial value, but it is not so according to equation number 11. So it appears that this equation is wrong. So we would like to see this fact in Gibbs paradox aspect, that is Gibbs paradox, where we would like to discuss what is wrong with this entropy relation that is we have derived in equation number 11. So, using this equation number 11 you can write energy as well. This is given in equation number 12. So, from this relation you can see that energy, which is a function of volume, okay, sorry, energy, you can see that this it is written like this. So, from this relation you can determine energy, sorry, and again from this relation of energy versus volume you can see that energy, which is function of volume, according to this relation, E equal to a constant capital A multiplied with V power minus 2 by 3. So, energy is directly proportional to V power minus 2 by 3. Okay. So, we have this equation number 12 that we have derived using equation number 11 using this relation that is in the bottom. So, writing this equation in this fashion for energy, we have got equation number 12. So, this describes your entropy relation as well as how you can determine using energy, how you can determine energy using entropy relation, that is equation number 11 to get equation number 12. So, from this discussion we can have energy in this fashion, energy that is function of V power minus 2 by 3. We have pressure that we can write like this, P pressure we can determine by taking derivative of energy with respect to volume at constant number of molecules and entropy, that is isoentropic process, constant entropy is there. So, derivative of energy with respect to volume with the minus sign will give you pressure. So, pressure you can determine provided this energy and the volume relation is known to you. So, you can determine directly pressure now. Taking derivative of volume V power minus 2 by 3 with respect to V, you have minus 2 by 3, minus sign is already there. So, you have plus 2 by 3 e power V A into V power minus 5 by 3. So, you have pressure that you can write as 2 by 3 a power A V power minus 2 by 3 into 1 by V. So, pressure we have equal to 2 by 3 E by V, that is equation number 13. According to equipartition theorem, we are familiar that energy is nothing but half kT for each degree of freedom. Average value of energy for each degree of freedom is half kT. This is the equipartition theorem. See, n number of molecule, each molecule has 3 degree of freedom. So, total energy you can write n 3 by 2 kT. Remember, here you have degree of freedom corresponding to kinetic energy. You are dealing with ideal gas. So, you have degree of freedom related to kinetic energy of the molecule. So, capital N multiplied with small k, that is equal to small n multiplied with R, capital R, that is ideal gas equation. So, small n is the number of moles of the gas, R is ideal gas equation. So, using 13 and 14 we can have P equal to 2 by 3, 1 by V, 3 by 2 N RT, that is PV equal to nRT, ideal gas equation. So, this is fine. So, in order to verify that entropy relation is valid or not, we should see another topic, that is mixing of two gases, and that will lead to have Gibbs product that we will see in later class.